Hello everyone, welcome to a Manchester United latest update video. Breaking today is that Eric Ten sacked. Ruben Amorim reveals Man United move reject request. Before continuing this video, click that like button and subscribe the channel and press the bell button for more interesting update. Sacked Eric Ten Haag wishes, trophies and glory. For Manchester United, Eric Ten Haag has wished Manchester United fans nothing but success, trophies and glory, after his sacking following a poor start to the season. Eric Ten Haag has wished Manchester United fans nothing but success, trophies and glory, after his sacking following a poor start to the season. Sporting Lisbon head coach Ruben Amarim was confirmed as the Dutchman's permanent successor on Friday and will start work on November 11th. Ten Hag led United to victory in the League Cup final and a third-place Premier League finish in 2023, following up with an FA Cup triumph against Manchester City in his second season. But United limped home 8th in the league and the Dutchman paid the price for a poor start to the new campaign. The former Ajax boss warmly thanked fans in the statement released by his representative SEG on Friday. "Thank you for always being there for the club," he said. "Whether it was at a game far away or a tough match at Old Trafford, your support has been unshakable. The atmosphere at Old Trafford has always been electrifying, thanks to you. I felt it many times. Also in away games, it gave the team and me an incredible feeling to hear the United chants taking over the opponent's stadiums, whether the game was in England, Europe or during the summer tours." He also thanked staff throughout the club for their unwavering support in good times and bad. Ten Hag said he would cherish the trophies he won during his stint at Old Trafford. "Of course, my dream was to bring more trophies to the cabinet," he said. "Unfortunately, that dream has come to an end. I wish all Manchester United fans nothing but success, trophies and glory. Your support and the warmth I received from everyone at the club helped me feel at home. Thank you for this chapter in my life." Eric Ten Hag was fired after Sunday's 2-1 defeat at West Ham, which left United 14th in the Premier League. Eric Ten Hag breaks silence on Manchester United sacking in new emotional open letter. Eric Ten Hag has broken his silence on his sacking from Manchester United. Eric Ten Hag says he will cherish the 2 trophies he won with Manchester United for the rest of his life, as the Dutchman spoke out about his Old Trafford sacking for the first time. Ten Hag was dismissed by United's Ineos owners on Monday after a poor run of form, culminating in a 2-1 defeat at West Ham less than 24 hours earlier, saw the Reds slump to 14th in the Premier League table. In an open letter to supporters on Friday night, Ten Hag thanked United supporters for their unshakable support as he admitted his regret at not being able to add to the League Cup and FA Cup triumphs he recorded during his first 2 seasons at the club. In a letter released by his representatives at SEG Football, Ten Hag said, "Dear fans, let me start by thanking you. Thank you for always being there for the club. Whether it was at a game far away or a tough match at Old Trafford, your support has been unshakable. The atmosphere at Old Trafford has always been electrifying, thanks to you. I felt it many times. Also in away games, it gave the team and me an incredible feeling to hear the United chants taking over the opponent's stadiums, whether the game was in England, Europe or during the summer tours. I always enjoyed meeting Manchester United fans throughout the world. Walking the streets and being able to chat with fans in England, Europe, Asia, Australia, the USA, you inspired me and radiated a strong sense of unity. That's what makes United supporters so special. I want to thank you for giving me this feeling and for your support. I also want to thank the staff in every department of the club for their unwavering support in good times and bad. We won 2 trophies, achievements that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Of course, my dream was to bring more trophies to the cabinet. Unfortunately, that dream has come to an end. I wish all Manchester United fans nothing but success, trophies and glory. Your support and the warmth I received from everyone at the club helped me feel at home. Thank you for this chapter in my life." Eric Ruben Amorim reveals Man United rejected request to delay Sporting Lisbon departure. Ruben Amorim has revealed that he wanted to delay his appointment as Manchester United's head coach until the end of the season. Man United confirmed on Friday that they had reached an agreement to appoint the Sporting Lisbon manager as their new head coach. The Red Devils will pay €11 million (£9.25 million) to recruit Amarim and his staff as they prepare for a new era under the Portuguese manager. Amarim will officially take over the reins at Old Trafford on November 11th, leaving him to lead Sporting until the next international window. On Friday evening, Amorim took charge of his first match since his Man United appointment was confirmed as Sporting played host to Estrela Amadora in a Primeira Liga clash. Amorim claims Man United rejected key demand. Prior to the match, Amorim received a standing ovation from the majority of the fans in attendance at the Estadio José Alvalade. However, he was the subject of a harsh banner left outside the stadium which read, "Amorim, this is no longer your home, thank you." Victor Gyökeres played the starring role when the game got underway, scoring 4 goals to help his side clinch a 5-1 victory. Speaking after the win, Amorim revealed he took 3 days to make a final decision over his future and had even asked Man United whether he could delay the move until the end of the season, but his request was ultimately denied by the Premier League club. Amorim told reporters, "The situation is, at the beginning of the season, I had a talk with him and Hugo Viana, then Sporting director, and I said that whatever happened, this would be my last season with Sporting. The president is here, he can confirm that. The season started, we know that we started very well. Then the Manchester United situation came and they appeared. They paid above the release clause. I never discussed anything with the president about this bargaining. The only question I made was only to go at the end of the season. For 3 days, I said I wanted to stay until the end of the season. But I was told it was not possible, I was told it was now or never, or Manchester United would go for another option. I had 3 days to make my decision. The change is radical in my life, but I had 3 days to make this decision. That's what I did." Amorim wanted Man United opportunity. While Amorim has spent time deliberating on his future, he was clear that he is looking forward to taking on the challenge of turning Man United into a force to be reckoned with. Amorim added, "I have had other opportunities. The president and Viana can confirm this is not the first or the second time I was asked for by another team. I wanted that one in Manchester. I want that context. That context allows me to do things my way. It's just like Sporting. There's time when I have to take the step forward. It was harder for me than for any Sporting fan, but I had to do this." Amorim will lead Sporting in their next 2 matches against Manchester City and Braga in the Champions League and Primeira Liga respectively. Once those 2 games are completed, he will bid farewell to the Portuguese giants and begin life as a Premier League head coach. Ruben Amorim, Man United told me move was now or never. Ruben Amorim has said he wanted to delay his move to Manchester United from Sporting CP until the end of the season but was told by the Premier League club that it was now or never. Man United confirmed the appointment of Amorim as their new manager on Friday, with Sporting announcing in a statement to Portugal's financial regulator, the CMVM, that the Red Devils had paid a fee of €11 million for his transfer. Amorim, 39, will work a notice period with Sporting before officially starting work at United on November 11. I had 3 days to decide one option that radically changes my life, Amorim told reporters after Sporting's 5-1 win against Estrela Amadora on Friday. The only request I made was for it, transfer, to be at the end of the season, and they, United, told me that it wasn't possible, that it was now or never. I knew if I rejected it that in 6 months I wouldn't have it. And I knew that in 6 months I would know that I wouldn't be at Sporting. Amorim, who won 2 Portuguese league titles with Sporting, including their first in 19 years since joining in 2020, said he had already decided to leave the club at the end of the season before United's offer. At the start of the season, one had a conversation with the Sporting president and I told him that regardless of what happened this was going to be my last season at Sporting, he said. This situation of Man United emerged, they have paid above the release clause. Amorim, who was a target of Liverpool and West Ham earlier this year, said it is the right time to leave Sporting. I've had other offers in the past, it's not the first or second time that my release clause was going to be met, the Portuguese said. I've come to a stage in my life where I had to make a decision. Amorim signed a contract at Old Trafford until 2027 with the option of an additional year held by the club. He will be taking his own staff. I'm going to take my staff, but we will have time to talk about it, he said. It was always one of the conditions. Amorim will remain in charge of Sporting for the Champions League home game against Manchester City on November 5 and the league game at Braga on November 10. His first game in charge of Man United will be the Premier League game against Ipswich Town at Portman Road on November 24. Amorim refused to address questions about his next chapter at United on Friday. I haven't spoken to any Manchester United players as I'm focused on the task at hand, he said. I'm happy to be staying for the next 2 games. I will talk about Man United on November 11. Amarim, who described his time at Sporting as the best phase of my life, said he understands how the club's fans feel about him leaving, with the club having begun the season with a perfect 10 wins from 10 league games. Everyone at Sporting knows how important the club is for me, he said. I understand the fans' disappointment, leaving in the middle of a season that could be historic. But today is not a farewell. We still have 2 important games with City and Braga to maintain the lead. Amid reports that United could sign Swedish forward Victor Gyökeres, who scored 4 goals on Friday, Amarim said, "I'm not going to get any player from Sporting in January." Diogo Dalot has talked up new Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim's credentials for the job, describing the Portuguese coach as a perfect match for the club. Amarim was confirmed as Eric Ten Hag's replacement in the Old Trafford dugout on Friday, though he will only take the reins officially on November 11 as he completes his duties for current club Sporting CP. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoying the video. See you in next video with more latest Manchester United news updates.